It is the Riot Podcast. Hudson here, Nikki here.
Where's Isaiah?
Isaiah not here.
Aw,
he is sick today.
He's out today.
We don't know.
Don't even plant the seed.
What?
No, basically, anytime anybody's sick now, you're like, is it COVID sick? And if it's not, then you're like, well, I don't care.
Well, I always feel that most people, when they say they're sick, they will clarify if they know it's not COVID. They'll go, it's not COVID right up front. And I haven't heard that yet.
I know.
So there is a seed of doubt that's been planted in my mind
well, don't
that I'd
share
like
that.
to hear more about.
Well, he had
I'm not going to blame him if he has COVID, though.
He had some sort of sinus thing like a few weeks ago, which kind of went through like everybody. Everybody had it. So I don't know if he just feels poorly from that. But I thought you called it yesterday. I couldn't recall if it was another day or if it was yesterday, but he came in and he was just kind of really tired seeming. And then I thought you told him like, oh, are you feeling okay? And he was like, yeah, I'm fine. And, in the background, you're like, no, you're not.
Well, I don't know.
I can't remember which day you did that.
I know. Yeah, that was recently. It might have been yesterday, but I do know yesterday we mentioned something and before we happened to talk about vitamin C or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I just took an emergency. And I was like, oh, are you feeling sick? And he's like, nah, I'm fine. And you just happened to take an emergency just randomly the day before you call out. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Someone was also saying is it something with Halo that was going around with today?
Halo Infinite, the multiplayer,
but
unexpectedly dropped.
I don't think he plays that, so I don't think
he
he's
doesn't
just like,
seem like
he's not taking the day for that.
Well, he told me he doesn't have an Xbox either, so I don't think he's playing that.
You never know, though. He could have gotten one, and that's why.
He could have went out and got the new limited edition one. Anyways, he's not here, and I was going to say, I bet you the podcast intro will be shorter.
Well, we're at 2 minutes
because
right now.
Because he's not here. And Nikki, we record this as we finish recording the show.
Yeah.
Or doing the show, I should say, live. And so Nikki is anxious to leave because she slept only 2 hours last night.
Had a rough night.
Yeah. So let's keep it short.
Okay, let's go.
Real quick, here's what's coming up in the show. We're talking about a change that's coming to airlines. Some might say a welcome change, others might not, but either way, a conveniently timed change for the holidays coming
Something
up.
that'll start on Monday.
We also talk about beach cleaning in Denmark.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, that is.
It's because it's so stupid, and I feel like it's nice to see other companies or other governments are stupid with their money as well, because that's dumb.
Well, it also, there's other countries that do worse things, but when it comes to the environment, it always seems like the U.S. is like, we're so bad about the environment. We do so many things that pollute and whatever. And it's like, but over in other countries, they like outside of a couple that we know are really bad. It's like, but over in Europe, like they're really doing great for the climate. And it's like, well, not all
here.
of them.
No.
And let's see. Thanksgiving is coming up. We talk about a new Thanksgiving food item that you can get at 7-Eleven.
Looks good. We don't have a 7-Eleven that's conveniently located to us. But if anybody has one and tries it, let us know. I want to see a picture of what it actually turns out to look like.
Yeah, probably pretty sad.
Because its promo pic is nice, but you know that it's not made that same way by the time it gets to you.
There's no way. And we have a few other food items we talk about. We also talk about some children's TV shows. So we hit it all.
We got everything.
We've got it all in here.
All right, now you're at 3:45. I think we're good.
This is still 2 minutes shorter than normal.
It's about halfway less than what we normally do, but we really do hope Isaiah feels better. Not just that he'll be back in tomorrow, but just so that he feels good.
Of course.
Make sure you say hi. Join us by texting at 877-2-RADIO-U and head over to Radio U Official on TikTok or Instagram and follow us there for more Riot stuff.
All right. We will catch you next time.
Bye. Have a great day.
You almost missed hearing this one. We just couldn't let that happen. The worst of the riot. Radio U.
This Thanksgiving, why not consider a Reeses Pie?
Now, that seems like the best pie of them all, doesn't it?
It does seem like a great pie, but for some, we might be thinking that's not that out of the usual. Why are you guys talking about Reeses Pies? You can get them at Burger King probably. Not that kind.
No, this one's it's like a giant peanut butter cup.
It is it's a Reese's Pie where they've turned a peanut butter cup, which really is just a really, really tiny pie when you think about it.
Actually, that's true.
And they've turned it into a full-size pie where, if you're looking at the picture, they show it I have to question how they've cut it in this picture, but they've got it so that you can have a slice on like the little pie server thing, and you could just tuck in there to an entire slice of a Reese's peanut butter cup.
It's hard when you look at the pictures that they've promoted for the peanut butter cup pie because it looks very much homemade. Like some of the edging.
I was going to say it looks photoshopped.
No, well, maybe that's their version of it. But it's something that we saw tons of pictures yesterday. It's 3 pounds, 9 inches in diameter. It's a Thanksgiving Reese's Pie, but I think it's all sold out.
Wait, how many pounds?
It is 3 pounds.
3 pounds.
Over 3 pounds.
3 pounds of chocolate and peanut butter. And so how are we going to get our hands on this?
Well, I think you're going to have to go to eBay or something because it is sold out. It was $44.99 for one pie each.
Why did they only
make so many?
Well, I mean, I guess, but why did they not tell anybody about it until it's too late?
I think we're not in enough.
What do you mean? We read food news all day long.
I know, but we missed this one. We missed it. This was our fault. We should have. We have to set up alerts. We need to.
No, there was no chance we were ever getting this.
They say we apologize, but due to high demand, this product is sold out.
Then they shouldn't even, you know what? We shouldn't even be talking about it. It shouldn't be in the news if nobody can get it. That's not news.
Maybe, though, that's hurt. That's hurt Hudson talking.
Yeah, it is.
So I know that you're not able to get the giant Reese's pie, but it doesn't mean that we're not excited about it, and maybe they'll come out with it another way. So
we're definitely happy for the people that are getting it.
I just wonder how many.
What do you mean?
Like, how many did they have to sell?
What, didn't it say 3,000?
Oh, that was it?
Yeah, 3,000. That's not enough, is it?
That's a lot of That's 3,000 bots, guys.
Yeah.
That was a lot of them.
3,000 bots that just buy anything Reese's that ever goes online. This was sold out before the news stories were posted. Why wasn't there a thing that said, hey, everybody, guess what?
Coming
like
up.
a month ago.
Yes, I know. That would be nice, right?
And then we still wouldn't get it, but at least it would be relevant because now we're talking about it and it's like, hey, guess what? This thing might as well not even exist.
But maybe, this is through Hershey's, through their online store. Maybe they're excited to see, they only had 3,000 of them, so they didn't have to do any push.
Yeah.
But with everybody still talking about it, you're still talking about Reese's, and that just plants a seed.
True.
And then you want one, and you can't have this one.
But you know what? We always want Reese's.
I know.
We don't need a seed planted.
I think we did the big cup with the potato chips last week. But we need to find the peanut brittle one.
Do we? Oh, yeah, that's out for the holidays, isn't it?
I think it's a white chocolate cup, too.
I'm concerned that the holidays are going to come and go, and there's going to be food items that we just totally miss out on.
No, we'll take time for
Other
that
than this. But we're going to try our best.
Why don't you just buy
there's so many.
A ton of little peanut butter cups and smush it together and make a big pie.
Well, because it won't be the same.
It's close, though.
And that's just giving them what they want. And I'm not going to do that. Not going to reward them for this PR disaster.
You won't hear a show like this anywhere else. And that's probably for the best. The Worst of the Riot. Radio U.
I have a thought that I've been thinking, Nikki.
What have you been thinking about?
Usually how they work is you think them. I was thinking, Radio U is very unique, right? Even though we're a radio station, we're a broadcast company, but we're very unique in the broadcasting world. So even though you and I are broadcasters, I feel that I guess what I've been thinking about is how would our skills translate to other broadcasting places?
It's a good question.
So my question is, if Radio U just shut down one day, what other broadcasting type of job do you think you would fit in with?
That's a really big question.
Isn't it?
I don't know. People said that I could do what's the home shopping stuff?
QVC?
Yeah, like selling things.
Actually, yeah, I think that would fit right in for you.
I think the voice and I'm kind.
Well, if people don't see too in our videos and stuff, you have a look you can give that's makes people trust you. Well, and so that'd be perfect for selling stuff.
I am trustworthy, so it's not like it's an act.
Yeah.
But I wonder if I could go over there and make a career out of that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or would I stay in radio?
You think they get paid a lot at QVC?
I bet if I could make it to one of the top positions.
Yeah.
I bet I could.
They must get a commission, you think? The people that do all the camera work?
I'm not sure, but I think I'd go with that than trying to do like local news or any other style of radio, but I don't know.
See, I think for you, I was thinking maybe you could do like not
Don't
the
say
local.
country.
Oh, no. Heaven forbid. No, I was thinking you might be able to fit in better with the morning show type thing, as in like the Today Show.
Oh, sure.
But because not that I think that you would like talking about Adele this morning, or because that's everything today is Adele and Taylor Swift and whatever. I don't think you would like talking about that, but I think you would be good at faking if you weren't interested.
Good point.
And you'd be like, oh no, this is so good. I think you could do it.
Well, you want to make everybody feel comfortable with what, we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I don't know. I really enjoy our style. So I just think I would really dislike having to hit so much like pop culture, day-to-day stuff. Like that must just be exhausting.
Yeah, it would.
But I can sell you something.
Yeah.
I'll sell you
You could totally sell you so many watches. Yeah. I don't know. It would be tough. You think you could do that show for one day, like a Today Show type thing. But yeah, doing it over and over and over again.
But they have so many producers, and then you get makeup and you get wardrobe. Like
you could basically be asleep.
It is probably nice that you, compared to us, where we got to do everything. Guys. We have to do everything on our own. It would be nice to go to a place and have it all done. So basically, you're just reading.
Yeah. The more I think about, for me, I don't know what it would be, because I thought,
wouldn't you do like sports or something?
Yeah, maybe, but to get for me to do sports, it would have to be so specific, because I couldn't do, I guess I could do the Stephen A. Smith type thing, where you're just yelling about something every day.
You'd be wonderful at that.
I could, but I would just like the Today Show where you just get tired of doing the same. I'd be tired of trying to get mad about LeBron every day. You know what I mean?
Your paycheck would, I think.
Yeah, if I was on the Stephen A. Smith level, but you got to work your way up.
You do. You got to go through yelling just for fun or for no pay.
Yeah.
In order to make it to be that big.
I'd have to start my own podcast where I yell first, and it would have no followers. And that's something that most people maybe outside of broadcasting don't even think about, is that those people that have like the big personalities, and you see them on TV now and they're just yelling, they had to work their way up to get there.
You're right.
And it involves, for so many of them, it involves being like salespeople behind the scenes. And that's why I would fail at everything else, because I could never sell anybody on anything. I'd be like, honestly, I know this is my job. I don't even care about it that much. I'm not going to try to convince you. Maybe my nonchalance, my laid back attitude would actually bring people in. I don't know. But
I think you'd be great at it. I'll sell some stuff. You sell sports. We'll get together. We'll have a special podcast. It'll be good.
But I'd have to sell myself, and I can't do that.
You're too tiring,
I can't even do it now. I'm like, no, I wouldn't be good at anything.
Including this.
I'm not even good at this.
Well, that was a very unique question to ask.
Yeah.
What would we do if RadioU just went away?
Well, hopefully it doesn't.
Yeah, because we don't have a lot to fall back on.
And Lord knows I can't do anything outside of radio either. So
we're just really stuck.
The definition of insanity is putting the riot on again and again and expecting a better result. It's the worst of the riot on RadioU.
Don't mind me while I'm over here lotioning my hands.
What are you doing?
Well, I'm lotioning my hands.
Is it dry? It is dry in here.
It's so you can't see it now, but I normally we weren't going to talk about this, but
well, you know what?
I didn't realize we had to talk, and then I put lotion on my hands. And I don't know if you can hear me rubbing them together.
Why don't you try to type at the same time on the keyboard and just leave like lotion everywhere?
Yeah, I have to wave them dry for a while. But I put on lotion every night on my hands because they get so cracked and whatever.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, and then that's all year round, and now I have to really up my game.
You gotta double down twice a day.
And like my nails will bleed, and that's what I do. Here's what happens. You reach into your jeans pocket.
Yeah.
And then the nail, like not the nail itself, but the nail bed, like where you get hangnails.
Yeah.
It catches
it rips
on my
them?
jeans, and and they rip.
They rip
wide open.
Can we get
bleed
you
everywhere.
Can we get you a? Yeah, right. You're not bleeding everywhere.
Not right now. What do you mean I'm not bleeding everywhere?
Is it like gushing or is it just a hangnail bleed?
No, like where, it's not spewing out, but it'll drip off my hand. Sometimes I won't notice.
Oh, and there'll just be blood.
So there'll just be eventually a pool of blood, yeah.
Can we get you something stronger? What lotion are you using?
I don't know, something I took from a hotel.
Okay, I don't think that's enough. So why don't
It's just supplementing.
You just regroup.
It's just supplementing in my hand. I carry it, and my hands felt really bad.
Why don't you look in the, I think underneath the sink we have a first aid kit.
Uh-huh.
Maybe there's something, like put some Neosporin on it or something.
Yeah, you think? No, I don't want it to get infected, that's for sure.
Well, I don't think whatever hotel lotion you're using is strong enough for the advanced care that you need.
I think it's called advanced care.
That's not enough. It's not. That's just words. That's lies. That's packaging.
I think I should just wear gloves.
You could do that too. Why do you wear gloves at night? Some people put lotion and then put gloves on over. So it kind of really saturates in.
I wonder if that might make them dry out more. What if the gloves, if they suck the moisture out of my skin like a towel?
Well, you would pick, you're not wearing like winter gloves. You're picking.
Like latex or something?
No, you're picking gloves that kind of are known for, you wear them with lotion. Like there's ones for feet.
I've never heard of that.
Well,
feet gloves.
There's feet gloves. It's socks. It's socks, basically. Okay. There's special ones of that, and then you put them on after lotion, so then you're not leaving lotion everywhere.
Yeah, but that's why I do. That's why I do it before I go to bed. I lie down in bed. When I'm really ready to sleep, I put lotion on my hands because then it doesn't get on other things.
Okay. I'm going to be on the lookout for a new lotion for you.
I mean, I've got a lot of it. I've got different options. Some of it's my wife's, like it's fancy, but it all still leads to my nails bleeding everywhere.
Well, you don't want something fancy. You want something just really good.
Yeah.
So we'll keep working on that.
If you're wondering why, per our previous conversation, why I can't get out of radio, because I'd have to do like manual labor.
You would have to.
And my hands would be even more.
Then you do a review and they're like, why does his hands bleed all the time? It's like, well, that's just Hudson.
Here, at least I can wipe it up
Aww.
before it gets on anybody.
I didn't know that was a problem, but it is dry in here.
Yeah, it sure. Yeah, right. It's not just me.
This is The Riot. Radio U.
Did you know Sesame Street is still going strong?
Sesame Street, the show.
The TV show.
Yeah.
With Bert and Ernie and Big Bird and other characters.
I always got the characters confused with the Muppet ones, but...
Well, they are all from the same family.
The same family, you're right.
So there's a big accomplishment, or I don't know, monumental spot in the Sesame Street history is coming up because they are adding their first ever Asian American Muppet to the show.
That's awesome.
Yeah, isn't that cool? It's, let's see.
Surprised they didn't have Muppets from,
from all different countries.
From all different countries represented already.
This is my question. And I mean this in the most sensitive way possible.
Which means it'll come out not as sensitive. But that's fine. Let me hear it.
What countries or races or ethnicities are the others?
Oh, the other Sesame Street characters?
I didn't know. I thought that was kind of like a thing about Sesame Street is that they like... Is Ernie and Bert, is there something?
Well, you're not
I thought they were just
ask.
Muppets. I thought Muppets are their own thing.
And it was supposed to teach us to appreciate everybody because we were all such different looks.
They all do look very different, but in a way, they're all the same. They're all in an equal playing field.
Evil?
Evil playing field.
I mean, when you were growing up, didn't we all learn to never question a big bird?
Yeah, that's right.
Never say anything about someone that you met.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just... It's cool though. It's good that they have the representation. The character is I'm Ji Young, who that is a Korean words. Did you know? This is according to Ji Young herself in an interview, and I'm talking about the Muppet. She says that Ji means smart or wise, but it also means sesame.
Oh,
yeah.
Very
there you
nice.
go. They probably spent a lot of time figuring that one out.
They did.
Or otherwise, they realized that G means sesame and smart or wise, and they're like, this is perfect.
It's
Let's have an
meant to
Asian
be.
American Muppet.
It's meant to be.
Yeah.
I never got into Sesame Street too much growing up, though. Man, I knew back then. It's just teaching you stuff. That's all they were trying to do. And you're like, I think I'll go to something else.
Even Cookie Monster.
Oh, yeah.
You
That
didn't
was
like
the worst
Cookie
of them all.
You hate Cookie Monster?
I didn't even care for him.
Why not?
Because it
You
was...
like cookies?
But not, I think deep down they were trying to associate a character with cookies, calling him a monster, teaching us then that cookies are not like an everyday food.
That's a good point. I never thought about it.
I think there's something deep that goes with Cookie Monster.
Later on with Cookie Monster, they finally started making him get crazy about vegetables too for some reason.
See, they're trying to teach you something. And
that's when I felt betrayed at that point.
you felt lied to the whole time?
Yeah, and I was like, well, it's in his name, Cookie Monster. It's okay if he doesn't want to eat vegetables.
I know.
If my name was Cookie, you know what I wouldn't be eating? Vegetables. You know what I'm still not eating?
Vegetables, right.
Doesn't matter what my name is, I guess.
I know. It just depends on if you grew up watching Sesame Street, if what you think about it.
Yeah, well, it just keeps going. And I don't know where you would watch it. Do you?
Oh, it's on PBS, isn't it?
It is?
Oh, yeah, that's also why. That was if you were allowed to watch that, or that was all you think you could watch.
Oh, yeah.
That was
I definitely, not me, but I had friends. PBS was the only thing. And
That's all you
sometimes
get.
some shows on PBS you weren't even allowed to watch.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I don't remember what they were, but you weren't allowed to watch them.
That's it. I don't know what else you could watch, but there was even rules there.
Yeah. I'm glad I wasn't in that family.
If you missed out on the next Riot moment when it originally aired, you don't know how lucky you are. You're listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Nikki, you love door dashing.
I do. I don't do it as often as I used to. I looked and saw.
You've moved on to Grubhubbing?
No, but I did. I went to the
Uber eating?
I went to the website, a lot of the places I was going to.
Yeah.
And I saw the increase in like how much DoorDash or Uber Eats were. So every so often I'll do it when I just don't care. Like I want to do something fun.
Or when you get a nice, a windfall? When all of a sudden you have a bunch of money? Yeah.
I did get a larger DoorDash gift card last Christmas.
Yeah.
So we'll see if that happens again. But I don't use DoorDash or delivery services like I used to.
See, I thought maybe if you've been doing DoorDash and Grubhub, you would know about the Arby's Ghost Kitchen brand, Cosmic Wings.
A lot of places, almost every like major restaurant chain has a ghost kitchen of something else.
Yeah.
And a lot of the places it's wings.
Applebee's is Cosmic Wings. I didn't know that, but Cosmic Wings, if you had looked at Cosmic Wings, you might have realized they featured wings tossed in original or flamin' hot Cheetos sauces.
Ooh.
And then, of course, coated with Cheetos crumbles. They also had fried Cheetos cheese bites.
That actually sounds the best out of all that.
Isn't that so?
Oh,
no,
that
wait, it was
sounds good.
Doritos. I was going to say, I thought at I guess it was 7-Eleven. Remember they did the Doritos like chip-covered cheese triangles?
I vaguely remember that. I just remember the Buffalo Wild Wings. They did the
Doritos.
The Doritos one recently.
Yeah.
Wasn't the best.
They were disappointing.
That's the hard part when it comes to like delivery, because ghost kitchens you can only do delivery with.
Right, of course.
But by the time it's delivered to you,
yes,
the infrastructure of the wing has been compromised.
Yes,
and
that's
it's
for sure.
not so good.
Well, that's good news then, because now, again, because Cosmic Wings was really Applebee's masquerading as Cosmic Wings all along.
It was their ghost kitchen.
Those Cheetos, they're already in the Applebee's kitchen, and so now Applebee's is saying that they're going to start selling those Cheetos wings that we just mentioned, and you'll be able to get them at Applebee's. So you can go get only the boneless version, so no bone in. You can get boneless, original, or flamin' hot Cheeto wings from our why do I keep saying Arby's?
You keep wanting to call it Arby's.
Applebee's, and also the Cheetos cheese bites as well.
So
available at
Applebee's, if you'll remember a few months ago, they released an exclusive Mountain Dew flavored dark berry bash.
Oh, I do remember that.
That was pretty good. They're saying that Applebee's is trying to appeal to us more than they used to.
Appeal to young customers.
They want, so if you like Mountain Dew and wings, they're like, we got you.
This is This is what you think of us, Applebee's?
That's it.
Is that? I mean, we do like Cheetos and Mountain Dew, but that's what you think. That's what you're reducing us to.
It's it. Yep. So and remember, if you ever do a lot of deliveries for restaurants and stuff, all you have to do is just switch over to the pickup location or see where it's coming from, and you can always tell if it's a ghost kitchen because you're like, it's at Applebee's.
Yeah, right.
It's like it's in the same place. The call is coming from inside the house. It's the same place.
That's so weird. I swear it used to be at Applebee's there.
Yeah, you're like, wait, I didn't know it switched. It didn't.
I didn't see the sign.
Just ghost kitchens, and a lot of them pick wings as like their other alternative.
I don't know why they all feel like they need to masquerade as other things.
Why don't they just be more upfront about it?
Yeah. Is it just their way of resetting the reviews? Because that's dishonest, isn't it?
I think they're just trying to branch out into other styles. But I mean, they're all you get found out eventually.
Yeah. And if you think the Applebee's brand isn't good enough, then just switch over. Then why are you even beating the dead horse of still becoming Applebee's?
I don't want to be mean, but it really is the same restaurant that didn't care about, their own Applebee's food. They're also not caring
They're not caring about the cosmic wings either.
It's the same not caring that really impresses me.
But sometimes a lot of not caring can be covered up with a lot of Cheeto dust.
Yeah!
You were one of the lucky few who missed the riot when they were live. Yet here you are.
I also like to live dangerously.
This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
We've got a little space conflict on our hands. Russia is starting some trouble up in space where I don't know if you saw, but they blew up one of their old satellites.
Just in space?
Yeah, that was already in space. It has been sitting around in space, just orbiting Earth, lonely up there.
So what did they do?
Since 1982. Well, they blew it up. They destroyed it, but the problem was they destroyed it, and it, when you blow up something, it has to go somewhere. And so all of the pieces, all of the space junk has been flying all around, and it nearly hit the International Space Station. It forced the 7 crew members of the International Space Station to have to take shelter, which my first question is, where are they supposed to take shelter?
The other side of the space station.
Right.
They just go the corner.
What do they have, a basement in the space station
area? You didn't know that.
Something we didn't know about. So the 7 members of the International Space Station at the moment, that's 4 Americans, a German, and just so happens 2 Russians.
That's
so
their own crew members.
Yeah, they almost injured their own up there. Now, fortunately, it seems that the space debris from the satellite blowing up has passed by the International Space Station. So those 7 folks up there should be okay. But now Russia is drawing a lot of condemnation from the international space community because apparently it was very reckless and irresponsible the way that they blew up this thing, and it almost caused some injury. I also think, what are the odds?
I know.
Right?
You have all the space.
All space. So you have
everything's open.
Space. There's literally endless possibilities of where this stuff could go.
And it instead
somehow
goes
it almost hits the International Space Station. That's probably what they were thinking when they blew it up.
To the one place where there are people.
Yeah.
That would be where it goes to. So how did they shoot like something up to destroy it, or?
I would think they would have to, right?
Because if not, I thought, I thought like, well, maybe the missile to destroy it came from the International Space Station anyways.
No, I think it had to have been.
That was a missile test.
So a ground-based thing. And so I guess the question is, now some countries are talking kind of tough, including, I think, the United States, where they're saying this is, reckless and irresponsible stuff, and we're going to have to take some action against this because they can't. I guess there's some thought of maybe this is Russia kind of, who wants to get into international space war or whatever, you know what I mean, over a blown up satellite? But it's like, is Russia trying to send a message of some kind, or just trying to signal to everybody, hey, we might blow stuff up? I don't know.
Or maybe we just don't blow stuff up enough in space to where we just didn't.
Yeah.
You can't track
where
it.
we didn't know.
They say that the test that generated over 1,500 pieces of trackable orbital debris, because they say there's so much like junk in space.
Yeah.
Because they just don't do anything with it. And hundreds of
think about
thousands of
all
pieces
the satellites.
of smaller ones.
We have no idea how many satellites are up there that are functioning, and that's not including all the ones that are no longer functioning from years ago. and all the other stuff that, because you would think, right? So we've only been going to space since like the 60s. We remember the song, right, from Even Stevens. But we've only been going to space since the 60s. So you wouldn't think that's not been that much time for garbage to get up there. And we're not just shooting random garbage. We're shooting things up there with a purpose. But that's still a lot of stuff is accumulated up there.
Chad,
and it can cause issues.
Chad's text message, here's where Space Force gets its debut.
Yeah,
now
right.
you got something to do.
And what's crazy, too, is the satellite they blew up weighs over a ton. So there was a lot of stuff, a lot of garbage that it could create when you blow something like that up.
Oh, you could be a Space Force garbage collector. You get so much money.
You're joking about that, but that's going to be one of the first jobs in space. We got to clean up space.
I'm not going until it's cleaned up there.
Yeah, right. You don't want to run into something.
I don't like any littering like that.
All of that astronaut excrement has to go somewhere.
And there it is. Thanks, Hudson.
And I bet you there was a lot of it when the space junk started flying by. They had to go to the space basement.
That's where they were hiding out in the bathroom.
It's safe in here.
It is.
No one can hurt me.
Riot Podcast, RadioU.
Thanksgiving is coming up. That's next Thursday. But you could celebrate Thanksgiving any day you want at 7-Eleven.
Ooh, what are they offering?
They're offering a Thanksgiving meal, and it's all conveniently all held within a sandwich.
Oh, nice.
But here's the kicker.
Not a Slurpee thing?
Thanksgiving Slurpee. That'd be cranberry sauce in it, and you'd be fine. Actually, they're doing a Thanksgiving sub, and here's what's special about it. It's served on stuffing bread.
It actually looks really good.
Yeah.
I know there's no way it looks like that in a 7-Eleven, but that bread looks amazing.
Doesn't it? I mean, it's worth a try. If we could find a 7-Eleven, it would be, I'm definitely open to the idea of stuffing flavored sub bread.
We'll try that. So it's a butterball turkey, like sliced turkey.
Yep.
Sharp white cheddar cheese, cranberry mayo. It's got
that'll be all right.
No, it's not.
What do you mean? It's fine.
None of that. Cranberries are not right, and mayo's not right.
Cranberry can be good, and mayo is delicious.
Then how about I put mine on your sub?
Okay.
And then they have stuffing flavored sub rolls that it's going to be on.
It says now here. Okay, it looks really good, but it says the stuffing flavored bread is infused with flavors from a vegetable blend and a stuffing flavored base.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Vegetable blend. I don't know. I just thought when you say it's stuffed with vegetable flavor, I don't know if that sounds as good. I bet you know what I think, though? This is the struggle with Thanksgiving, especially if you're like doing it with a new family or something like, you know what I mean? Like you're dating somebody and you go to their house for Thanksgiving for the first time. Stuffing can mean any millions of different things to different people, or some say dressing. So some people, they put the nuts in it. You put raisins in it. It can be very oniony in some circles. And that's just scratching the surface. Stuffing, basically, it can be anything. You stuff a turkey with it, it's stuffing. You can stuff a turkey with anything. But it does, so not all stuffing is created equal, is what I'm trying to say.
I went to one Thanksgiving where there was like a gourmet stuffing, and everybody was really oohing and awing over that. And then there was just the normal box stuffing.
The stovetop or something.
By the end of it, like the gourmet one was all still there. Everybody's just eating the box mix. You're like, I'll just take that one.
Because the gourmet was probably, it had like apples and raisins and walnuts in it and stuff. Yeah.
But I love bread and I like stuffing at Thanksgiving, so I would like bread stuffing. It's all the same.
When I want stuffing, I want it to be able to like suck it through a straw.
Nice.
That's how moist I want. It's
good.
just soaked up so much turkey juice. And all of this sounds horrible. I want to suck up stuffing soaked in turkey juice through a straw. That sounds horrible to say, but that's how I want it.
That's his type of stuffing
That's
right
my
there.
type of stuffing.
So the stuffing flavored roll, the Thanksgiving turkey sub, 7-Eleven's doing that for $5.
Hey.
You can have the limited time Thanksgiving turkey sub.
Is it a $5 foot long?
Oh, they shouldn't say that.
No, they can't say it. And I don't
Subway
think it is a
shouldn't
foot
even
long.
say that either.
That's right. That's
a lot
right.
of controversy.
They got caught on that one. Is it sad that this is 7-Eleven, okay? It's not some highfalutin place. I'd much rather go to 7-Eleven than go to Subway.
People would much rather go to 7-Eleven than family Thanksgiving dinner. So we'll take it.
What you're about to hear will live on the internet forever. Sorry, Internet. The Worst of the Riot podcast.
All right, here we go. Big news. Are you ready? Let's all gather in. Coming soon to Peacock.
Yeah.
A new documentary about Barney.
Oh.
The dinosaur.
Okay.
Yay.
Well, documentaries are still like all the rage.
Uh-huh.
So it's about the show.
And Mr. Rogers got his own documentary, did he not?
And the Bob Ross guy had
Bob
one.
Ross got one. So every, beloved is a strong word, but every memorable character from children's TV in the 80s and 90s needs to get their own documentary.
I just love, no offense if you have Peacock, but I feel like there's not a strong option list on the streaming service.
I can't even tell you, does anybody know something original on Peacock? And I don't mean like that's not a ripoff. I mean, do they actually make shows for Peacock that would make you subscribe that you could only get if you subscribe to Peacock?
I only wanted, there's this old show called King of Queens.
Oh, yeah?
And I used to like that one. It was a really funny TV show, but it wasn't like their free tier.
Oh,
so
really?
When Peacock came out, I wasn't, well, it was either not its free tier or there were so many ads, like it just wasn't worth it. But I remember I signed up for Peacock the very first day, and then I unsigned up like 1 hour later.
Wow. Yeah.
And I don't know if this is going to bring me back.
You don't want to watch now this is big, the Barney the Dinosaur documentary. It's so much story to tell that it's going to be a 3-part series. You're not just going to be able to watch it all in an hour and a half, it seems.
No, there's too much.
And it's going to tell the whole story of Barney and the Backyard Gang, because that's where it all got started in 1988. You could watch Barney and the Backyard Gang, and then it moved on to the PBS series Barney and Friends, which was on TV, did you know, until 2010.
I did not. Is it like a scandalous look?
I don't think it is. I mean,
is there drugs?
There has to be some kind. Oh, there's some drugs. Have you seen Barney?
I haven't watched it. So, I mean, I'm sure I did when I was a kid, but I just didn't know if there was like a known problem with Barney back in the day.
I remember.
Wait, we'll find out during the 3-part series.
Right. There, even if there wasn't known at the time, there has to be some kind of scandal,
yeah,
right?
I bet.
There's going to be a hook. We don't even know what Barney was doing with that suit on.
I watched a bit of the Bob Ross thing, and they made it seem like that was a big hook, and that thing was boring. So I'm not
they just knew how to promote that one, huh? Mm-hmm. The Barney one, I don't remember personally liking Barney, although I know I must have watched it, but I know my parents hated Barney.
Was it annoying to them?
Hated Barney. So that is my familiar. You know what I had? I remember this. Somebody bought me a Barney thing that, those, like a punching bag, but it's for kids. So it's got like sand or weight in the bottom, and you blow it up, and then you can punch Barney.
Oh, you had one?
Yeah, I think my parents were okay with that because they're like, yeah, punch Barney.
Go for it.
Yeah, he deserves it.
Well, why don't you tell your parents that there's a 3-part documentary coming to Peacock, and
maybe they can relive some memories.
I bet they get mad. They get a lot
some
of anger
sad memories, or maybe they'll think, "Oh, remember when Hudson was a little child? We loved him so much more then."
So when do they say this is coming out?
Well, they just started production, so we're going to be waiting until 2022, actually, next year. So they just started, but I guess documentaries can move along a little quicker, which always surprises me because when you think about it, the show started in 1988, ran until 2010. That means there's at least, what is that? How many years is that? 22 years?
Sure.
22 years of footage, stuff to go through. How are they going to get through all of that?
I just want to see the clip where Barney's drinking in the corner.
Yeah. It's the Barney body.
Yes.
And he's drinking. Yeah.
And there was all this controversy.
They actually did that. It's a movie called Death to Smoochie.
People who are the best get awards. People who are the worst get their own podcast. The Worst of the Riot.
In Denmark, they are spending, in one area, $150,000 a year American. I don't know how many euros or whatever the money is.
Den
bucks, sure. Yeah,
Or marks, if you want to call them
marks, that has to be another country, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, they're spending $150,000 American dollars a year on a bulldozer that goes up and down the beach to collect all of the debris that washes up on the beach. You know how debris washes up on beaches.
Yes.
And so they collect.
Tell me more, Dr. Hudson. How does that work?
Sometimes when you go to the beach,
yes,
you'll find not just sand, but many other things as well.
Actually, nowadays, if you go to most beaches, you're lucky to find sand that's good enough. It is mostly just trash.
Well, that's why they do this.
Yeah.
So the bulldozer twice a week will go up and down the length of the beach, collecting up all of the debris in there, and then it dumps it back into the ocean.
I'm sorry, what? What's the point in that?
To keep the beach clean.
Yeah, but then it just comes back onto the beach. Oh,
a couple days later.
That's job security right there. That's laundering.
That's right. Wow, he's never going to have to, he's creating more work for himself to do.
He's creating a demand.
Yeah, that's right.
Dude, what a waste is that? So yeah, they have footage.
What do you mean? They need, you need the beach clean so people can go sit on the beach.
Yeah, but you're supposed to go like bag it or go take it to the dump. But
you're supposed to.
Shows a bulldozer driving a few yards into the water before it dumps it right back into the ocean.
Yep. And so then, of course, it does create some job security. So that now questions are being raised because some are saying that it's not a helping hand to nature. Somebody, Catherine Richardson, who is a professor of biological oceanography at the University of Copenhagen, she said, this is by no means a helping hand to nature. On the contrary, it's bad for the small organisms that live in the sand that are torn through or crushed by the tractor. And, of course, all of that stuff that's being collected, she says, is not just seaweed that's on the beach. It's all these other things that shouldn't be in the ocean that are just getting pushed right back in. But in response, and I really like this, somebody defending Deputy Mayor Willem Christensen of this area basically said they're trying to keep it neat and clean for the beachgoers, and then also said that all of the cigarette butts and other small pieces of plastic will end up in the water either way.
Oh, come on. Come on. You can do better than this.
That's what I say when it's like, what, the dishes are just going to get dirty again anyways. Why even clean them?
Throw them back into the sink. So if you're in Denmark and if you're at a beach in Denmark, they might be spending $150,000 on a bulldozer that cleans it up, which is great, and then dumps it back in the ocean for this vicious cycle.
But think about how much more they would have to spend to not put it into the ocean.
Well, can't they just recycle most of it or just burn it? Like, just do something.
Recycling is very expensive.
Yes, but
did you know
they have money to spend?
We're losing money when we recycle.
Okay, fine. They could just bury it in a hole
economically
somewhere
unviable,
down the road.
And all the places that take recycling are like, we're running out of places.
I gotcha.
So we'll never be able to save the earth. We might as well just throw our water bottles out the window.
Well, now I've learned that I should just throw it right back into the water.
Yeah. You should save the bulldozer some work. Just get your cigarette butt, flick it right into the water.
If they keep talking long enough, they're bound to say something that you agree with. The Riot with Hudson and Nikki on RadioU.
Flying is cool again.
Hey!
It's a party on United Airlines.
I don't know if everybody's ready for this yet, but let's hear them out and see what they say.
I wonder what the thinking behind this is, but United Airlines...
Actually, you know what it is?
What do you think?
They have more air travel coming at Thanksgiving and Christmas time.
Yeah, of course.
So they want the money from selling it. Because
that's right.
This is the time when you fly, they want to get you high.
Yeah.
So that's why they're bringing it back.
You make it sound they want to get you high like they're going to start selling drugs on the planes.
Listen, I wouldn't be too surprised.
Yeah. So United Airlines is bringing back alcohol. They're bringing back the liquor on the plane starting this Monday, conveniently timed just in time for your Thanksgiving travel.
That's it.
They are going to be selling liquor on the flights, beer, wine, hard seltzer for the first time No, they've already been selling that, but they're also bringing back the liquor miniatures if you're flying United States or United Economy in the United States, Canada, and in the Latin regions.
So they took it away with COVID, and they also took it away because everyone flying during COVID time could not handle flying.
They could not. It was... The flight attendants were at their wits' end. Yes.
You couldn't have the masks and hard liquor sales at the same time. So they say that the decision was heavily informed by feedback from both our customers and our flight attendants. And they want to offer a complete food and beverage menu. They know that's important, and they want to make the money from you. So that's going to be starting next week on Monday.
Now, they say informed by feedback from the flight attendants. What do you think they were asking the flight attendants and they're like, yeah, we'd like to start serving hard liquor again?
No, they probably asked them, do you feel like people can handle it again?
You think? And then follow-up question.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I've never had alcohol on a plane. Do you tip? Because everywhere else you're supposed to tip, right? When you get an alcoholic drink, you are always supposed to tip, like basically any time.
I think with a flight attendant, you can tip just anyways.
Yeah?
But that's the problem. People have been tipping with mean words.
Yeah.
And
Here's a tip.
Okay, so
don't make me wear a mask.
Exactly. I still don't know if everybody's ready yet and if we've healed enough from the anger of flights being canceled. And I usually, if I do see anybody with a problem, a lot of times it's from someone who's been drinking waiting for their flight.
Yeah.
And then they get on the plane and then they continue drinking. And that usually leads to
That's a dangerous combination.
Yeah.
Alcohol and more alcohol. It can be very, very fraught with bad decisions.
Did I ever tell you once we were on a plane and everything was late? Very late. And someone was coming, like we were all on the plane ready, but it wouldn't take off. And there was a duty-free order that someone had placed for bottles of something. It was liquor, but for bottles. And they had shut the plane door. And once you shut the plane door, you're not supposed to open it again.
Yeah.
So they passed the liquor delivery through the, the front where the pilots are.
Yeah.
The side windows up there open. So they passed it through the window to the pilot to then get to the passenger.
Oh my gosh.
And then we took off.
So you can do that.
You can do that.
You can open the windows.
Gosh.
You should have reported that, I feel.
We were all sitting there like, is this what we've been waiting for? Because we're really late taking off.
Yeah. Man, that's ridiculous. Well, you made it.
It wasn't my order.
Yeah.
It wasn't mine. I was just waiting.
Oh, I had one more question and I can't remember what it was.
Well, if you remember it,
no,
you can ask later.
I was going to say, I think some people treat the airlines, when you're at the airport, they treat that like it doesn't count. So,
sure.
So, they're normally maybe drinking more than they would normally anyways. And you need something to cope sometimes. And then when the flights are late, they're like, oh, that's sweet. This means even more drinking time. And so...
Well, everybody gets mad, and airlines have now been very vocal that they will charge you more money if you get in an altercation on a plane.
Yeah.
So my mind just kind of spins with this a little bit of they're going to make money off you drinking. They're going to get you drunk enough. You get in a fight on a plane, you got to sometimes pay like $20,000, $30,000.
Yeah. But do you think that's going to the... Do you think that goes to the airline?
I think it does.
I think it goes to the government or something.
I bet you everybody gets a little bit of it.
That's enough of that. For more Riot content, head to riot.radiou.com.